Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bhaskar. I'm the CEO of WeInvest, Asia's first robo-advisory as a service provider to banks, financial advisors, and wealth managers. We basically provide an end-to-end service which comprises not just of technology, but also of investment strategies, operations, and what you call execution and custody facilities. But how does it impact you, who are the clients of these banks or investment advisors? So let's just go through a kind of So let's take Audrey, for example. She can aggregate and consolidate all her bank brokerage and wealth accounts in one single app and track her financials. She obviously has goals, so she can plan ahead for her goals and then invest towards those goals using our robo-advisory application. And if she's comfortable on a lot of her basic core goals, she could then invest in themes which she can relate to. Let's take Trump industrials, for example, or rising interest rates, or maybe some of you may relate with Yummy, which invests in chocolate, snacks, and coffee companies. But if you're used to an RM or an advisor actually walking you through and helping you with your investments, you could potentially use or go through an RM who's smarter and enabled with our technology app. But now that we've met the needs of what you call the end consumer, let's figure out how we actually help our clients, which is the banks and the wealth managers. We provide a service at a 0.1 to 0.25% per annum cost structure, which is impossible even for the banks to meet. We can integrate and implement this service within 3 to 6 months into a bank with a comprehensive suite of capabilities ranging from robo-advisory, RM-enabled advisory, thematic investing, portfolio aggregation, and with a very comprehensive back office which makes it multi-regional compliant, multi-asset class, multi-currency, and I could just keep going on around this. The end objective is the fact that they get to obviously protect assets under management and also increase wallet share over time. But let's see how this actually been taken on. We were the first ones in 2016 Q4 to launch a robo-advisor in Singapore. In Q1 2017, we were the first ones to again partner with a bank, the second largest bank in Singapore called OCBC, and launch their robo-advisor. We have robo-advisors coming up in Malaysia and Thailand, the first ones which we're launching with, again, banks and asset managers. But I think the icing on the cake is a 5-country rollout, which we're planning with a global bank across 5 countries in Asia. With a significant pipeline on the robo-advisory front, let's have a look on the aggregation app, where again we have a number of pilots and rollouts across Indonesia and Thailand coming up. But as investors, what's the bottom line? We're potentially targeting, based on our not just our current kind of confirmed contracts, but with the pipeline and only 4 of those contracts coming through, a 440K revenue kind of run rate by end of this year, which would potentially translate to almost a $9 million revenue run rate by end of 2018. But is this what we're really looking at? If you look at the 8 markets which we're targeting, the mass affluent market size is around $5.6 trillion. Even with digital wealth accounting only for 10% penetration over around a 7 period, we're potentially looking at a digital wealth market of around $1.5 trillion. And with a modest 5% market share, we're looking at around 16 million revenue target by 2025. But why are we confident of doing this? We've constantly ticked all the boxes on what you call an end-to-end holistic digital wealth solution. And this has obviously taken a lot of effort where we constantly evolved to get to that leadership position. But we're also very confident because we have a very experienced team. Most of us have around 18 to 20 years of banking, wealth management, and technology experience. But we also try and integrate a lot of the country-related experience in our team. So for example, Noor Azmin here was the group CEO of one of the largest asset management firms in Southeast Asia, Maybank. And a lot of our promise has been validated with some of the best awards. So we were voted as the #1 personal finance disruptor in Asia. This was just a couple of months back, apart from being a Finovate alumni and voted among the top 20 startups in Singapore. What are we looking for? We're looking to raise around $1.5 million. Actually, that's come down to 1.2 because we've had 300K commitments in the last 3 days. We were spending most of our money on technology, on the quantitative research team, and on the operations piece so far. But we're potentially looking at expanding largely on the business development, marketing, and regional expansion by setting up a number of subsidiaries across Asia. Asian wealth is booming, and obviously we're at the forefront of this kind of wave. Would welcome you to join us and ride the wave. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Also for the good timing on the presentation.